Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the garage. Today I'm going to give you just the facts on the Ferdinand, one of two Tier VIII German tank destroyers in World of Tanks Blitz. After the Tiger P was rejected in favor of the Henschel design as the Tiger I, Dr. Ferdinand Porsche had a few tank hulls laying around, and in 1943 he repurposed them and created the Ferdinand, a heavy tank destroyer affectionately known as the Elephant. The 88mm L71 gave the Ferdinand the ability to pick off T-34s and anti-tank gun emplacements from a range of over 3 kilometers. Here in Blitz, the Ferdinand is tough as nails, with an armor profile that has up to 200mm of hardened German steel up front and 80mm on the sides and rear. At Tier VIII, this armor is good, but not a guarantee of protection. The upper frontal hull armor is vertical, so you will have to angle your hull to your enemy's fire in order to maximize its effectiveness. And while the lower glacis is mildly angled, it is thinner than the upper armor and will also need to be angled to enemy fire to get the most from it. Sides and rear at 80mm are not likely to be penned by HE, so you can expect that spicier ammo will be fired at you on a regular basis. Having said that, you will need to do your best not to let your opponents get around to your sides and rear, but that may be easier said than done. Ferdy's mobility is where you may be let down by this vehicle, with only 21 degrees of hull traverse making it very difficult to defend your flanks and rear from more mobile opponents. This is likely due to the Ferdy's less than excellent power-to-weight ratio of 12.48 horsepower per ton, but having said that, it does have a 30 km/h top speed, and it can reach that on flat ground without a problem. While the original Elephant packed a laser beam L71 88mm gun, the types of tanks that are likely to be faced here in Blitz required a slight up-gunning to maintain its ability to compete. The 12.8cm Pack 44 L55 has a rate of fire of 5.39 rounds per minute and can penetrate 246mm of armor with regular armor-piercing rounds. Sometimes spicy ammo is necessary, and the APCR is able to deal with 311mm of enemy armor. That's quite good. All the while dishing out 460 hit points of average damage and providing a DPM rating of 2,479 points. That makes this a very fearsome gun indeed. Aim time in 2.5 seconds is a little long. I'd much rather see 2.3, but we can help this out with an enhanced gun laying drive if you just can't work with it. A couple of other things to keep in mind is the rather myopic view range of only 240 meters, while the gun's accuracy of 0.35 will get the job done. All of these specs can be remedied or enhanced to a certain extent through a thoughtful mix of provisions, consumables, and equipment. For consumables, I like to run the multi-repair kit, smaller repair kit, and adrenaline. Provisions include the hot gas to help out with the not-so-awesome traverse speed, the chocolate to give the crew a little boost, and the protective kit for the extra insurance it provides. My ammunition loadout for the Ferdy is my standard mix, with 2 to 4 HE for soft-skinned opponents or resetting the cap, 10 APCR for those situations where only spicy ammo will do, and the rest is regular AP. Equipment choices are no less important, and I prefer to run the vents, the gun rammer, and the coated optics to give that view range just a wee boost there. Binoculars are also a viable choice when sitting back and sniping the enemy from a distance, so don't be afraid to pick those, try them out. I recommend you play this tank as a mid to far distance sniper, as the lack of mobility will put you in danger if you are mixing it up on the front line with turreted enemies who are more mobile than yourself. Keep your frontal armor to the enemy at all times, or waggle the front end to throw off the enemy's aim, as you will present these little angled areas at the front of the hull when you attempt to angle your frontal plates, and will give them an almost flat surface to aim for. This is a serious weak spot on the Ferdy. If you're facing off against the Ferdy, get around to the sides and rear, or my favorite death snuggle move of pulling up beside turretless TDs keeps them from turning and killing them at your leisure. Remaining in front of the 12.8cm gun will likely end with your tank a flaming wreck, so avoid it at all costs. Well folks, those are just the facts regarding the Ferdinand Tier VIII German heavy tank destroyer. There is some debate out there that the Jagdpanther II is superior to the Ferdinand, and I welcome your comments on that for sure. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And be sure to visit the Facebook and Twitter pages for more relevant and interesting information. It doesn't make it into the videos. All right, folks, thanks very much for stopping by. I'll catch you next time.